Hey, Dave.
Hello.
Hello there. Well, looks like the gang is all here, so if we're ready, I'll open the meeting. You all set, Dave?
Yes, yes.
I will read the open meeting law language, and I'll do roll call and start the meeting. So, pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL Chapter 30A, subsection 18, and the Governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Easthampton Board of Public Works will be conducted via remote participation. Michelle, could we have a roll call for attendance?
Yep. Thomas Malsbury,
Present.
David Fagnand,
Present.
All right, I will make a motion to open the Board of Works public meeting on May 15th at 5:01 p.m. via remote participation.
I will second that.
okay, Thomas Malsbury,
Yes.
David Fagnand,
Yes.
motion carries, all in favor.
All right, first item on our agenda is public speak. We have, it looks like one member of the public in the meeting with us. If you would like to speak on any item that's not currently on the agenda, please feel free to unmute yourself and address the board. All right, appears they have chosen to remain muted. Second item is mayor speak. The mayor will not be joining us this evening. I will move on to item number 3, approval of the April 21st, 2021 meeting minutes. Dave, did you get a chance to review what Michelle sent out?
Yes, I did. Yes.
All right.
I have no objections to the presented one.
All right, then I'll make the motion to approve the April 21st, 2021 meeting minutes as received.
Second.
Thomas Malsbury,
Yes.
David Fagnand,
Yes.
all in favor, motion carries.
All right. Item number 4 on our agenda, a vote to forward revised stormwater regulations to City Council to update stormwater ordinances for MS4 compliance. Greg, Tracy, would you like to address the board as to that item?
So the process we're just trying to follow here is once the board accepts the language changes in the stormwater ordinance, we can move it on to City Council to finalize it and update our ordinance to comply with the new MS4 regulations. I'll let Tracy kind of add to it if you want.
Sure. Yeah, so what we've provided is a red line version. So you see what the original language was of the regulations and the proposed language revisions. And the language revisions are to meet the new requirements of the latest MS4 permit from EPA. So EPA revised their permit as of January of this year, and it included some language that's different than the DEP stormwater management standards, and DEP is still in the process of updating their stormwater standards. So the majority of the changes in the proposed bylaw, there's some language cleanup. There's some new language regarding low impact development because EPA is now pushing developers to assess low impact development requirements for new development. But the majority of the changes revolve around what the standards are for new development projects and redevelopment projects for the best management practices to address stormwater management. And those are all as required by the EPA MS4 permit.
Okay. There were
specific questions on any of the language. I'm happy to go into any of that.
Yeah,
No, I think the main thing is that all changes as edited are for compliance issue. It's none of it's subjective language that we've inserted for any particular reason, correct?
Correct.
And I saw there was one note, it looked like through some older strike through. Where was it? Confirm these requirements after the appeal process.
Right, so that would have been older language that we've since deleted.
Okay,
When the MS4 permit first came out, there were some lawsuits and actually DEP and EPA were kind of negotiating what some of that language might look like, and that's why there's revisions to the
Okay.
MS4 permit that came out in January.
so there are generations of strike throughs in this document that we're reviewing,
Correct.
and anything not stricken through is what we're going to be forwarding to City Council.
Correct.
Okay.
it was a scintillating read. Just kidding.
No, as long as, I think we're comfortable forwarding this as long as we can justify that all the edits are requirements and not new burdens that the city itself is requesting.
No, we would not be doing this if it weren't for the new requirements.
I guess I should just ask for public record, what is the issue if we do not accept these changes?
Then you would technically be out of compliance with the EPA MS4 permit.
Understood.
Okay,
Any other specific questions, Dave?
I do not, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I just want to ask those questions for public clarity as to
Absolutely.
the process and why we are going to forward this to the city council. I haven't been through an ordinance review yet. Is there any need for the board to be involved after we forward these? Do we need to speak, or does time bond need to be available for the ordinance review subcommittee at all? Or is it fairly procedural from that point?
I would ask just Tracy to be available for the ordinance subcommittee once it gets to that point, in case they have a few questions that are outside of something Dan or myself could answer, but
Okay.
I don't foresee any. It's really just, it's not something we're doing because we want to. We just need to try to do our best to remain in compliance.
No, I just want to be able to have a pathway for any technical questions the city council may have. All right, if there are no other questions and no other public comment, I will make a vote to forward the revised ordinance to the city council for review.
I will second that.
Thomas Malsbury,
Yes.
David Fagnand,
Yes.
all in favor, motion carries.
All right. Thank you very much, Tracy, for preparing this and walking us through it.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thank
care.
you.
Item number 5 on the agenda, director's report. How's your past few weeks been, Greg?
Busy. Big thing I want to update you guys on is Main Street and the paving from Glendale to South.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving along with that. We've got 100% plans from VHB. Catch basin, there's a lot of catch basin replacements to do. The exception of the catch basin replacement is basically just a, mill and overlay of the existing roadway. We're going to do the aprons of all the side streets on the east side of Main Street, which is Wilton Road, Jesse, Norton Court. I can never think of them all when I try to, but
Right.
all those dead end streets there. I'd like to pave those within the next couple of years or hopefully next year. I wanted to do them this year, but we have just major utility issues underneath them that we need to correct before we do more than the aprons. Wilton Road, the water main is in need of replacement, but I don't think we're going to be able to get that. And then there's drainage issues on St. James and Jesse that need to be resolved before we go put new blacktop in there. So I just don't think we're going to be able to get all of that done and try to stay on schedule with, we're going to bid this work out soon to commence after July 1st and be completed by October 30th. So the paving wise. So I think it's wise to get the aprons done. We'll have new crosswalks, street signs, new stop signs. We're going to put a rectangular rapid flashing beacon in at Main and Glendale, at that crosswalk there. And then hopefully next year, in the meantime, our crews, I think most of the drainage and water main work that needs to happen on those side streets, we can do with our crews. So I'm hoping to pick away at that over the next year and then be able to pave all those dead end streets next construction season. I think it's just too much to try to put on right now. So
Understood.
So we're hearing some paving contractors are looking for work, so I'm hoping to see the bids come in pretty competitive. We'll see. I think the price tag is going to be about 600,000 for what we're looking at right now. Hopefully it'll be less, but it's going to be all funded by Chapter 90 money. So
Okay.
and then when they are back, the other thing next year we'll try to do is Main Street from Glendale to Park. So we have that in the design plans also as an ad alternate in hopes that we might be able to use some ARPA money or other funding that's, recently become available, but not positive on that yet. So what's in there as an ad alternate, but I don't know that we can get our hands on the funding for that at this point. So the next round of Chapter 90 money, maybe we'll get that part of Main Street done. So that's where Main Street paving's at. We did sign a contract yesterday with NEL Corporation to replace the splice plates on the Glendale Bridge.
Okay.
It's a small repair that's really just buying us time until we can determine a better source of funding for that bridge replacement. I've been working with the mayor, and she's been working with some of her contacts about coming up with some federal funding for that and some of the legislation that's been coming out of Washington. So we're somewhat hopeful we might see some money for that bridge to be replaced, but I can't promise it right now. And the splice plate repair we're doing is going to buy us a few years. So we'll see what else becomes available for bridge replacement. We'll keep our eyes out for a funding source. So, but at least we're able to kind of patch it up and keep it open for the next couple of years, I think. So the price tag on replacing that is just under $2 million. So it's going to be a tough one to fund. The water department completed flushing of the city water system last week. We've got, I believe, 6 fire hydrants that need to be repaired. So they'll be picking away at those over the next couple of weeks. We had a large tree come down on the roof of the Daly Field wastewater treatment pump station on Friday evening in that wind. Put several holes in the new roof that's on the building. It ripped the electrical service off the building, caused all sorts of problems for us over the weekend. So we were able to get that back on street power and operational again on Tuesday evening. I mean, it was operating all weekend on the generator, but back to normal basically on Tuesday evening. And I'm working with personnel in the city's insurance company on filing a claim for that. What we had to spend to get the tree off the roof and open back up. And we got 160 feet, I think, of fence to replace. We've got it's horrible to see the brand new roof with all the branches sticking out of it. So we'll see what the insurance company says about that one. And as we approach the year end here, we'll probably have a few more trees taken down that are around that just to prevent it from happening again. We took a few down around the Nonotuck well and the Brook Street well a couple of years ago that were could have fallen on the water department buildings if in one of these wind events, but not to say there isn't others there that could hit those too, but we gotta try to get at least some of the stuff, some of the larger stuff that can really cause as much damage for us away from those buildings. So we'll be doing that in the coming weeks. That's pretty much all I've got for you guys tonight.
Okay, well, thank you for the update.
Yeah,
Dave, do you have any other questions or issues you'd like to bring up with Greg at this time?
I am clear.
Yeah. While I do have you guys, the roundabout construction is going to be starting up again. The Park Street roundabout construction is supposed to be starting back up on May 10th. There's some discussion going on right now between the project managers and school mayor and superintendent about traffic flow during construction. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't think they're 100% sure of how they're going to do it, but it will be starting back up within the next week, next week. So the exact traffic flow with the school, with traffic in and out of the school and traffic on Park Street. But it's moving along, and I think we're going to see that come into service towards the end of summer.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I heard this week, I heard Williston will be starting their project in front of their gym this summer.
That is supposed to happen this summer. I believe Paul Truehart's handling that, Trueheart Construction
Right.
on that for them. I haven't heard from Paul about a start date for it yet.
Mhm.
But that's something we're going to have to look at with, especially with the roundabout construction also. And
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
So maybe some traffic issues on Park Street.
yeah, it's going to be an area to avoid, I think, for this summer if you can.
Okay.
Not a major throughput there at all, I'm sure.
Oh, not at all.
It's all progress. It's all progress.
Yep, I'm happy to see infrastructure.
Yep.
So. All right.
Okay for me.
All right. Well, thank you all for your time. If there's nothing else, I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I will second.
Thomas Malsbury,
Yes.
David Fagnand,
Yes.
motion carries, all in favor.
All right. Thank you all. Have a
See
good
you May
evening.
19th.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Good evening.
You all too. Thank you.